And welcome to the Geeks, and Just Podcast YouTube channel. This is a show called What You Doing, where we talk about what we watch and play during the week. I'm your host, Edward Perez. With me is sometimes me friend,
Popsicle Felix.
You freezing your ass too? It's fucking cold, cold. And I wanted to wear a hoodie, but I've been wearing I've been wearing my Logic hoodie like to back shows. I'm like, I want to just wear a t-shirt just to look different, but I'm freezing my motherfucking tits off, bro. So
why aren't you using your fucking the
comforter? Nah, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay. Nah,
are you kidding me? You already did a full podcast without.
Nah, I gotta use like nerdy merch. So maybe someone wants to come and sponsor us, and be like, oh look, he cool shirts. Yeah, cool shirts.
Okay.
Hey. Business making money moves, bruh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, trying to.
Money moves. You Cardi B?
Yeah, money moves. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's start, bruh. We haven't played we haven't played Dick really on this show for a little minute. But I did dabble in a little something this past week. And it was Destroy All Humans. You ever heard of Destroy All Humans, Bray?
Yes, I have, actually. And I remember my reaction to the trailer.
Yeah, this is a game that originally came out for the PlayStation 2 era. Way back when. It's when games used to be super mega simple. So it has those kind of vibes because that is that game, and it's this game remastered. So it looks pretty cool. Like the art style is really cartoony. But basically aliens come to destroy all humans. So I thought that what we had to do was like mayhem 100%, but it's a little bit more contained than that.
Okay.
So there are I would say like five or six like main levels, right? And you play as Crypto. You're one of many Cryptos that try to come and conquer Earth. And
those are the alien names?
Yeah, that's the alien name. But you got the main guy, I forgot his name, in the mothership. He's chilling, hanging out. But I ran through the story missions. But after you unlock a new map per se, you unlock these other activities. You get to race, you get to as you can see here, like shoot cows and shit and do other stuff like mini games, right? They're side missions. They're not even missions, they're just like side mini games. Beat the clock, that kind of stuff. But the way you do it is with a handful of weapons. You got like a grenade launcher, you have a laser beam thing, you have rockets, you have a anal probe, of course. But it's very an anal probe. You use an anal probe to extract brains.
Oh my god!
It's fucking hilarious, but it's funny. It's all goofy. It's all jokey.
Yeah.
The humor on it is like very of its time, but it's cool. Like the running joke is they keep calling him the green little alien, but he's not even green. He's gray. But you can customize the skins, and you can head back to the mothership and upgrade your weapons, upgrade the saucer, because there are missions where you hop in your saucer and then you can cause all the kind of mayhem you would like. I was missing a little bit more mayhem. I thought it was going to be more Saints Row kind of mayhem, more this madre than I got, but it's still fun, tongue-in-cheek humor. It's simple. The premise is easy. You just want to destroy all humans, and then there's the story isn't. You're not gonna. It's not Nolan-esque or anything. You're fighting against military cops, and then these like Men in Black guys come in, and it's a running joke that they don't want to call them Men in Black. So at one point they even call them Hombres de Negro, just because they don't want to use the words Men in Black.
Because copyright.
Because of copyright. But it's super, super simple. It's very nostalgic. I didn't get to play this when it originally came out for the PlayStation 2. I think it's two. Is there 2 or 3 of games? I don't remember. but I liked it. It was good. It's recently getting its PS5 release, so this is bleeding over to the next console generation as well.
Okay.
I would get it on a sale. I think it's hella cheap right now. I think I got it cheap when I got it. So it wasn't a first day buy or whatever. It was just like I had a little nostalgia trip, and I did get it. I did get my fix. Some of the missions also are weird in the sense that there's a lot of sneaking around that you have to do. So you can scan people and transform into that person. So you're walking around now as a human being, but you're an alien. So there was a lot of missions where you have to like sneak past the guard or kidnap the mayor's wife as the mayor. And also in the main missions, there are these side objectives you need to do, like shoot a cow up in the air or drown the cops or whatever. You can use telekinesis, and amongst other things. You can read people's minds, and then that's a whole nother funny part. But it's also taking place in the 50s, so it's like it's dated in its time, but it's also in the game it's the 50s, you know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's not one I'm gonna platinum. I'm not gonna go out and buy the damn collector's edition art book or none of that. It was just a good pop-in, and I was like, I remember these good old days where it used to be like mission select, you know. It was kind of old school. Like it just feels of its time, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
But I kept thinking of Mars Attacks, and I'd never seen that movie, the Tim Burton movie.
Neta?
I'd never seen it before, so I feel like
you have.
No, I thought no. It, and I don't know why I didn't. I guess this is kind of like they wouldn't show this on TV regularly or anything, but I kept thinking. Yeah, I don't think they did they?
¿Cómo no, güey?
Well, I missed it.
I mean, it was in Spanish.
Well, then that's why.
Obviously, you were not gonna watch it.
No. But I just kept thinking about this movie because speaking of art books, I recently bought a Tim Burton art book where it shows and it talks about all of his work. And that was in it, and I just kept thinking about that. And it's the same thing because Earth is invaded by Martians with unbeatable weapons and a cruel sense of humor. I didn't know all the people that are in this damn movie. Jack Nicholson, Pierce Brosnan, Sarah Jessica Parker, Natalie Portman, Jim Brown, Danny DeVito, Martin Short, Michael J. Fox, Rod Steiger, Tom Jones, Lucas Haas. Everybody. Pam Grier, Jack Black.
It was chock full of people.
Little prepubescent fucking before you fuck Kim Kardashian, Ray J's running around.
Oh shit.
Christina Applegate. Everybody in the movie. And I fucking loved it. It was great. It was fantastic. I love that movie. Another one that Tim Burton knocked out of the park. It's great. It's fucking hilarious is what I thought it was going to be. It's goofy. It's the same vibe as the game. So I was thinking of all this at the same time. And I kind of liked, even though that some of the stories were kind of ni al caso, the way that Mars Attacks, there's different stories within the story. So we're following these people during these events of these Martians. There's this one tycoon guy that Jack Nicholson is playing that was kind of ni al caso pointless. It was his purpose was just to provide a damn an airplane, you know. That was his whole purpose of the movie. But it was weird. It's funky. It still looked okay. Like the Martians look okay. Like it passes. It's from 1996, so I was worried that it would have been dated. But I enjoyed it. I liked it. So I was in this weird Martian vibe. But I think all of this kind of scratched the itch I had. It was pretty good.
Now your sci-fi itch?
Yeah. But it's kind of goofy though. It's not real sci-fi, but it's comedy sci-fi. Yeah. It's goofy sci-fi. This shit came out December 13th, 96. So 2 days before my birthday. That was pretty cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that Martian lady.
That's my girl's birthday.
And then the Martian lady with the giant head. And that was fucking hilarious. It was great.
It was hilarious, but it was off-putting way back when.
It is. It's all still pretty weird. But yeah, those are my Martians reviews. Pretty good. Both pretty good. All right, bro. What you been watching?
So I watched The Minimalists. Less is More. This is a minimalism documentary on Netflix.
This is not the one you talked about already, right?
No, this came out this year. And the other one, the one I talked about was 2016.
Is it a rehash? Because I saw this one. I didn't saw the first one.
it's not a rehash, but it is preachy in the fact that this follows the two guys that kind of started a movement, not the minimalist movement, but a minimalist movement. These guys are kind of famous in the circle. Their names are Joshua Fields and Ryan Nicodemus. I think I butchered the second one, but it feels preachy. I mean,
a lot. Bubbles and I watched it, and we were put off from the first 10 minutes. We hated the guys. They were like, it came off really preachy. We were put off of it. We didn't like it. I thought we watched this probably since it came out, and I had not even talked about it because I was like, it's not even worth it. But now I'm curious because you watched both, and I think I can label you a fan, right, of them?
Not of them, but of the idea of minimalism.
Why are you not a fan of them?
Because this kind of make me. I mean, they come from different backgrounds. You kind of empathize a little. I kind of empathize a little bit with them, but
empathize? They were like rich dudes.
No. And like them struggling to find something they loved in that sense, not the other one because fucking rich.
Yeah.
But the thing is that since this felt preachy as fuck, it did put me off of them a lot because the first one kind of helped you dip your toes into what minimalism was, and it wasn't like, you know what, this is a movement. And at the end, actually, I mean, I think after the first review I did, so it's you have an idea, you watched this, so by the end of the documentary I said, okay, fuck this, because the end is follow this, do this. Well, it's if I remember correctly, it said the first day get rid of one thing, the second day get rid of two things.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
That was and it is an interesting challenge, but I mean, not all people can do that because not all people are like them.
Right.
I remember watching this. I think it was in the first one, or I watched the separate video where there was a maximalist, and his house was. It was.
What's the difference between a maximalist and a hoarder?
That a hoarder really keeps everything, even trash, and a maximalist it has purpose.
Oh, okay.
So for example,
I'm a maximalist.
No, not a maximalist, because when you see a maximalist house, you're gonna puke.
Puke?
It was so full of stuff. For example, this guy, his house was like a Baroque style house, and Baroque style in architecture is full of curves and details, and it's so visually appalling that it's overwhelming. So this particular maximalist house, his house was this style, and he had so much shit. I have to fast forward each time his house came by in the screen. I was like, oh no, I can't. So there is a difference between a maximalist and a hoarder.
Gotcha.
But to get back on point, I really do not recommend this unless you really want to get by this moment and you need to get rid of stuff.
Yeah. Like if you're moving or something, I feel like that's the useful for it.
Exactly. And I think that's it because...
Have you seen Marie Kondo, though? Even though I think I asked you from the first time. I feel like she's more purposeful.
Yeah, that's actually a little bit more therapeutic.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the same. They have the same principle. Only keep the things that make you happy. But with minimalism, even if it makes you happy...
they're like, you don't need it. You don't fucking need it. You don't need it. Why do you you have this? What do you want this? And it feels like they're looking down upon you for having shit. And they made me want to, it felt like they were trying to make me feel bad for having stuff. And I don't know if he was trolling, but I was watching this with Bubbles, and he was like, you don't need that. You don't even read it. And he was giving me shit for like all my art books, because I'm literally dipping into, if I like a video game a lot, I'm going to buy its art book because I want to support it and consume every aspect of the video game. And he was like, you already read it. You don't need it anymore. But I'm like, I'm looking at it at the Mary Kondo way. I look over to this shit and it brings me joy, brings me peace. It feels nice to have all this shit. It's a collection. He's like, you already got it. Read it. I'm like, oh, throw away your Britney CDs, and we got a whole thing. But I think he was trolling because he's a fucking troll.
Yeah, he was trolling, but yeah, I mean, the minimalism isn't that. I mean, if I know you can't be one because you are a collector. You collect things you like,
kinda, yeah.
And if you can help the developer or help the person you consume the product of,
yeah,
you will. And if it's something you like, you're gonna buy it and you're gonna collect it, and you have your own atmosphere, your own ecosystem of the stuff you want.
Correct.
Of the stuff you like. Me too. I like some things. I like a little bit of a lot of stuff.
Correct.
And I like movies, so I have a lot of shit. But it's something. There are things that bring me joy, things that I have emotional attachment of because it's a memory. It brings feelings. So I can't do that in a way. I can't do that in other ways. But I mean, it's complicated.
A little bit, but yeah, I agree that I don't even want to check out the first one, which we should have checked out the first one and then this one, but this one did feel preachy. It did put me off. I was like, fuck these guys. Who the fuck are you? Just like,
yeah, you should have watched the first one because that one is kind of like dipping your toes in this. This is like a slap in the face.
Yeah,
so,
it's more grounded, and it's like, oh, it's easy to say. Oh, like money doesn't bring you happiness. Yeah, it's easy to say when you have money, bitch. Give me money. Exactly. I'll see. I'll let you know if it's fucking make me happy or not. Give me $1 million or whatever. Oh, I had a 6-figure salary and I wasn't happy. Well, because you're fucking stupid. Give me 6 figures. We'll figure out what I'll do. Fucking asshole.
And it's actually pretty amazing, and not in a good way, how most of our decisions depend on the money we have or our income.
Yeah. Like that's a big thing.
Exactly. It makes you think about that. But yeah, the preachiness of it, like I finished it because I wanted to.
Yeah.
But it put me way off. So I do not recommend this unless, like you said, you're gonna move away.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna have something big or something like that.
Yeah, I get it. It's funny how that saying always comes from people who has money. Like money doesn't bring you happiness. Yeah, that's because you have it. You fuck.
Exactly.
Anyway, kiss my ass. Shout outs to the stimulus checks. Let's move it on.
Hell yeah.
I just want to do a little quick shout out because I also watched this week. I'm not going to go on a full review. I'm just going to go like 5 stars. Best shit ever. 10 out of 10. Go watch it. I doubt you have. Have you seen the Chappelle Show, bro?
Yes.
You seen the whole thing?
Not the whole thing, but I caught episodes on TV when it was airing.
No. Go back because it's now on Netflix because his whole deal lifted and it's on there now on Netflix.
Okay.
Chilling. Go and watch that shit. We were just talking about cancel culture this last week on the pod. That shit couldn't exist today. There's no way in hell that show could exist today because the world's a bunch of puss.
Yeah.
If
oh my god.
The first episode he's dropping N-bombs left and right, and I'm like, and because it's Netflix, it's not censored. So it's like,
no.
And it's hard R's and it's everything.
What?
Yes, it's hard R's and it's glorious. It's fantastic. It's probably the greatest sketch comedy show out there.
I remember he dropped hard R's in the KKK sketch.
That's the first sketch.
That's the first one?
That's the first sketch way. That is the first one. There's this other one with the family way. I was just dying laughing. And then, because like Rick James, bitch, or Ashley Larry. I know these characters, but I don't know these characters. Like, I thought Ashley Larry was like a continuous thing. He was just on one sketch for like 5 minutes. That was it. But because the sketches are...
Who was Ashley Larry?
It was Donnell Rawlings.
I'm rich, biatch. That one?
Yeah, and then that's from another episode. He's talking about all the black people getting reparations, and then that's when he says that he bought a giant. He's in a truck. I forget what the truck is, like a beer truck or something. He's like, I'm rich, biatch, and he pulls the. So that's from the sketch. It's great. It's fantastic. I was a little too young to like appreciate all this now. Now I'm peludo. It's the shit. I was like, okay, 2 seasons. And then I thought it was multiple seasons. Like more than 2
seasons?
It's only 2 seasons. And like 12
Hold
episodes.
up.
12 episodes, 18 minutes. I ate that shit in 2 days, bro. It's fantastic. Now I'm sad. I might even rewatch it. It's so fucking great. It's the greatest shit ever. And I'm not telling you if you already know. Well, then now you even like. And if you didn't know, now you know. And if you know, you agree. Chappelle Show is the greatest shit ever. And then you see like a young whippersnapper Bill Burr is running around there. Joe Rogan with hair, and he's in some sketches and all that shit.
Oh yeah, he was in a sketch in Fear Factor. I remember that one.
Yes, with the crackhead. Yes. Tyrone Biggums. It's fantastic. It's the greatest shit ever. It's the shit. And I even thought now with my 2020 PC brain, I'm like, is it racist? Is he racist? Because he's talking shit about everybody across the board. Just everybody. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. Everybody. Mm-hmm. There's a damn draft, a race draft, where each race gets to draft people and like own, like, okay, now we own this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's great. It's fantastic. It's the greatest sketch show of all time.
I need to watch it. I did not know.
Go back and watch it. Like, you're going to die laughing. There's this one with the family. Oh, I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. Their names were Niggar. Don't say it. That was their name.
Mm-mm.
That was their name.
Remember this sketch, dude.
It's the greatest sketch ever. Anyway, let's bring it back to more... now
to the real review.
Yeah, and it feels like because it's actually from 2006 or whatever, and it feels like it feels dated, but it still kills. Anyway, another movie I watched this week. I just wanted to shout out Dave Chappelle because even though
I don't mind, dude. Do it.
I watched Silk Road. We watched this trailer on the pod. It's about a philosophical 20-something Ross Ulbricht. He creates Silk Road, which is a dark website that sells drugs, while DEA agent Rick Bowden goes undercover to bring him down. Yes, this is starring the main kid. One of the kids, Nick Robinson. He's running around in Jurassic Park. Jason Clarke plays Rick Bowden, and his girlfriend, is this her? I think it is Alexandra Shipp. Yeah, she's Storm. Remember Storm? Mm-hmm. That's her. Yeah. Remember Simon? That's the guy too. Yeah. So the kicker is that it's like a eBay. It's a dark web eBay, but they work with cryptocurrency. So they use Bitcoin, and they use the United States Post Office to literally send drugs across. Like they hid it in books and shit.
Mames.
It's pretty hardcore, and it's a true story. This guy is now serving time. There was a book out called Silk Road. I found it interesting. It's not going to win any awards or anything. It's about like a 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10 kind of movie. But I was glued. I wanted to see how it happened. They said in the movie, everything in this movie is true except for the things that we made up. And so I found that was pretty funny. So we know the guy gets caught and all that, but just the stress of dealing with all this it's insane. It was pretty interesting, and then we're gonna see more movies with cryptocurrencies one way or another, and I feel like this is the first one I've personally seen. It's an okay watch. I feel like if you like crypto, it feels like a little nod to the cryptocurrency world. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, crypto. Just to hear it in a movie is like, would I recommend you to watch it? Probably not. You can skip on it. It's an okay watch. It's really okay. It's really, really, really one of those, like, if you don't have anything else to watch, check it out. I would only recommend it to a handful of people. Okay. But it's okay. Silk Road. It's not that bad.
Okay. I might give it a chance.
Might dabble. What else you been watching, Bray?
You know me. I like I like horror a lot. So I watched this movie called The Void, which I wanted to watch, I'm gonna say, like 6 months ago. Okay. And for whatever reason, I just couldn't. Oh shit! About the mic.
Okay.
I just couldn't, and I couldn't because work or whatever. I stopped every single time in the same place. So now, finished it.
Okay.
The movie is okay. I'm gonna read you the thing because couldn't remember it. Shortly after delivering a patient to an understaffed hospital, a police officer experienced strange and violent occurrences, seemingly linked to a group of mysterious hooded figures and horrible, horrible monsters.
Okay.
Now, this movie is one of the only movies I've seen that dabbles in cosmic horror. The other one being the Mouth of Madness.
Okay.
And this movie is actually pretty interesting because it's a Canadian film. It was cheaply made. Actually, there's a lot of practical effects. I think everything is practical, except for a couple of things. They were funded by they crowdfunded the practical effects on Indiegogo, and they actually look pretty good.
Okay.
It has harrowing imagery. It's bloody as fuck. I'm not a fan of body horror in the sense that it really makes me eek and squirm and screech and whatever. And this movie did all of the above.
Okay.
It is kind of a mindfuck by the end of the movie because it kind of does and doesn't make you think that we're in alternate realities or different dimensions, or it makes you say what, which is what I did.
Okay.
I kind of had to
This
sit
reeks of sci-fi. The channel,
it feels like it.
which is one step down from CW.
No, actually, it feels like a sci-fi in the premise, but it's actually a little bit more CW than that because the practical effects really help it.
Okay.
Because the CG is so small that you kind of don't notice it. Not counting the really last scene where you're like, okay, that looks fucking bad. But other than that, it is a pretty good watch if you want that type of horror, because cosmic horror is really badly done in movies.
Okay.
The only thing, and I'm a big fan of that shit. And the only places I've seen it done good are in this movie and in The Mouth of Madness, which was a 90s movie, I think.
Okay. What do you score it?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay. You know what it's
Because
scored on the online?
I'm gonna say, okay, hold on. I think it scored not even a 6 because I have it right here.
Correct.
5.9, I think.
Yeah, that's what you always do. Yes.
Yeah.
5.5s, 5.9s. You give them an 8.
Yeah, and I do it. I do it, and because I am a big fan of the theme that this type of horror,
Yeah.
which is really hard to like nail. But I mean, I do accept that this is not a good movie. I mean,
But you said it's a good watch.
Oh, it's a good watch if you want something like this.
Oh.
But if you like really peel off the tapestry,
Yeah.
you're gonna see the seams.
Yeah.
So it is a good watch.
And it's from it's
horror.
fairly old from what I've seen. It's 2016 as well. Where the hell is this on Netflix?
No, actually, I had to find it on an outside source.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right. That was your caca. You know no, there's still more caca to come, but still.
Yeah, exactly. There's
we'll
more
see.
caca to come.
More caca to come. The Void.
This was the sweet one. This was the sweet caca.
Okay. Medium caca. All right. It's moving along. I watched Cherry. This is Tom Holland. This is Apple TV. This is directed by the Russo brothers as well. Yeah, Tom Holland, Sierra Bravo, Jack Rayner. So Cherry drifts from college dropout to army medic in Iraq, anchored only by his true love, Emily. But after returning from the war with PTSD, his life spirals into drugs and crime, and he struggles to find his place in the world. So, Tom Holland plays this young man. They just call him Cherry.
And that's not how they call him?
Yeah. And he falls in love with this girl, and then she pulls like a 500 Days of Summer kind of thing. She was giving me that kind of vibe, so I was kind of like not digging her. I was like, fuck you, bitch. Because she's like, oh, I'm going to leave. deuces, and he's like, oh fuck. So while he's like, oh fuck, he's like, I'm gonna join the army then. So he joins the army, and then she comes back. Then she comes back. She's like, nah, psych, I'm not going nowhere. And he's like, well, bitch, I already signed up to the fucking army. I gotta go for 2 years at least. So it's kind of like it felt like 3 different movies. It felt like a like a 500 Days of Summer kind of, and then it feels like a war movie in the middle when he's in Iraq and shit, and he's struggling with all that. Then he comes back home and he's all fucked up on with PTSD and he can't sleep and shit. And then he goes heavy into drugs, and it feels like Requiem of a Dream kind of. So it felt like 3 movies in one. Sure. It's around 2.5 hours. The way it's shot, it's dope. There's a lot of fisheye lens when there's like lovey-dovey scenes. Tom Holland breaks the fourth wall and is talking to us. It's very colorful. He's like telling us his tale as to what the hell's going on. I liked him in this role. Like he's young. He says it in the movie. He's 23. But it's a very, very dark role. Like he's hardcore into meth, like needles and arm and like. Yeah, Spider-Man gets fucked up in this movie, man. He's fucked up in this movie. He's fucked up. Like, there's a point where he takes it and he's all like, he's literally cara pendejo, like, baba, like, hard. It's nasty in the third act. But I was engaged the whole time. I wanted to see what happens. You're like, okay. Because then in the trailer, you see him robbing banks, and he's doing that to support his drug habit, amongst other things. And he becomes successful in doing that. So there's like drug lords get involved, so it gets a little crazy. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I enjoyed to see Tom Holland in something else. You know, we've seen him in kind of kiddie things, and he's kind of stepping out of like the Spider-Man, a maturing role. This was kind of hardcore.
It sounds a lot hardcore.
Yeah, he's cussing up a storm and he's shooting up heroin and shit. You're like, holy fuck. Holy shit. Okay, bro. Fuck. And it's the Russo brothers, so, you know, they have chemistry. There's a correlation there. I recommend it. It's a good one. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I liked it more than the other one he was in with Batman. Everybody, I forget the name. That's a long-ass weird title. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
That was on the other one. That was on Netflix.
I'm the devil all the time.
The devil all the time. Correct.
Yeah, esa madre.
Yeah. Okay. He was kind of stepping into a role, but in this one, he's like by himself and like working. He's like, it's like.
So it's Tom Holland centric.
Tom Holland, yeah. He's the main guy.
Okay. Sounds interesting. But
yeah, it's Apple TV, so it's kind of weird trying to find it.
You have to be in the mood.
Yes, it is dark. It's not like, oh, hilarious, great, you know. No, it's hardcore. He's suffering from PTSD because they show you the shit that he's thinking about and he's going through.
Shit.
It's fucked up shit. But you got to be in the mood for this. Yeah, you can't be like, oh, a ver qué pedo, you pop in cherry. No way. Which that's what I did.
Name doesn't help.
No, that's what I did. I was like, a ver qué pedo, and I'm just sitting there naked, taking a shower, just like crying in the corner. That was pretty hardcore. So yeah, it was pretty good. Cherry, Apple TV, Tom Holland.
Okay.
What else you been watching, Bill?
Shit. Okay, so this one is not that hardcore.
Okay.
Not even a lot. Not even.
Looks hardcore.
I mean, well.
Okay.
This movie is called Crazy Samurai Musashi.
Hell yeah.
The film consists of the most famous battle of the swordsman Miyamoto Musashi.
Hell yeah.
In this 77-minute, one scene, no cut action sequence,
what?
Miyamoto defeats 588 enemies, one after the other.
What?
There is no room for error, no room for corny or unconvincing moves. Now, let me preface this.
That sounds. Hold on. Pause. That sounds fucking awesome.
Okay.
It sounds awesome.
Okay.
It
sounds awesome.
Sounds awesome.
Now.
Okay.
I'll preface this by saying I know nothing
of
kendo, nothing or nothing of swordplay other than you need a sword to do it.
And
Now,
the sword fights he had as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit. Don't remind me.
Okay.
So the first like 5 minutes of the movie do have cuts. So it's like the cinematic scene that they have to kill Musashi. Musashi?
Huh?
Is that the name? Yeah. Musashi.
Okay.
They have this clan has to kill this guy. So he just pops up and kills a fucking kid, and that's how the movie starts.
Okay.
So, I mean, you don't see him slash the kid, but he fucking kills the kid.
Right.
Now, the kid is supposed to be the head of this clan, and everybody wants to kill Musashi for the glory and whatever. And it is one whole shot. It is amazing how they did it, because I think they did one cut because he bumped into the back of one of the fighters.
Yeah.
But that may have just been an accident. But it is what I mean. You see the progression and the movement of the sun, and they always are searching for the sunlight to keep filming. The shots are really strange, and the way they kind of compensate this, because the dude really takes a beating in the sense that you see him sweating, you see him winded. So from nowhere, he kicks a lot of asses, but the movements look so simple.
Yeah.
That you're like, okay, is that how sword fighting was? Like, just bump a sword and bump on the head, and bump a sword and bump on the head. And that's how he killed almost, I'm going to say, like 80% of the fighters he fought against.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't flashy. It's not a flashy movie.
Bro, it looks like it was shot on a fucking potato.
It was shot on a fucking potato.
No mames.
Because it was the whole thing is handheld. And then it starts raining. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. The thing that made me laugh,
okay,
was when you can imagine that when you take the sword to the head, you just fall, right?
Right.
I think that's a safe assumption.
Yeah.
That you just die.
Simon.
Okay, so like I said, like 70% of the kills he did were bump on the sword to the head, and move on. Each time any motherfucker had a sword to the head, you see the wig / helmets they wore so they can get bumped on the head, and they didn't just fall. They did like the like the
Power Rangers explosion,
the 80s 90s move that when they get bumped on the head, they grab their head and they move out of the frame. Every single one of them. Then they stab you. He goes like he kind of shuffles around and moves out of the frame. I thought that was so funny. I kind of couldn't stop laughing for like 5 minutes because it looked so stupid.
How the fuck did you find this movie,
the
bro?
Whole fucking movie. I actually do not know.
What the fuck?
I was looking for something to watch, and the poster caught my eye because this guy
the poster
giving
looks
his
dope.
back to a lot of swordsmen.
Yes.
The poster looks dope. The movie is not.
I could have told you that.
The movie's not dope. But I wanted to watch it because it said one shot. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this movie an hour and a half of my time just to see if it was one shot. And it was one fucking shot. The best part of the movie was the last 2 minutes. That fight scene was really fucking dope. God damn it, those Japanese know how to fight. But it was the last 2 minutes of the movie.
I mean, if this was like shot
Would
like
I
some kind of Crouching Tiger, Hidden shit, and it was like 1 minute, one shot like that, but then I click on the images, this shit looks like a YouTube video from like 2004, Wayne.
And that's why I say that I do not know swordplay, because the moves they do look so simple and so stupid. But I don't know, so I would not dare to say that, oh, that's not real, because it does look real because kind of how the fight and whatever. But it is bad. It is bad.
It looks
and I
bad
started
just by the
reading or
pictures.
watching videos about this Musashi guy. Yeah, but once you start reading into the life of this motherfucker, he was a samurai that turned into a ronin, he when did he born? Like 1590 something.
Okay.
He died in 1620 something. So he was kind of young,
Yeah.
but he was the type of guy that would tell other samurai, you know what, we're gonna duel at 8 in the morning 2 days from now, and be on time, motherfucker.
Oh shit, his birthday was yesterday.
Was on time. Oh shit. Well, happy birthday, Musashi. So the other fighter would be on time and wait for 3 or 4 hours. Then he sent somebody to find him, and Musashi was drunk out of his ass, sleeping away the alcohol. So he woke up, he took a shower, had breakfast, arrived 6 hours after the duel with a fucking rowing oar, bumped the samurai in the head, and killed him in one shot. That's the type of person he was.
Okay.
He messed with people's heads, and he was a philosopher.
Yeah, he definitely deserves a movie, but I don't know if they took full advantage of that character doing this fucking potato YouTube video from 2004.
No, they did not.
Okay.
He deserves a proper movie. Is there any movie of that character? I do not know. But after watching this movie, I said, you know what? I'm gonna need to sleep this fucking thing off.
No mames.
And I slept for 2 hours. Cut. It was goddamn.
Apparently, there is Samurai 1,
Goddamn.
Musashi Miyamoto. It was a movie from the 1954. So I bet you
okay,
that's I bet you that's dope as fuck. There's a bunch of
Okay,
Miyamoto Musashi
for giving me
miniseries. There's a bunch of movies. Samurai 1, Samurai 2, Samurai 3.
No, he was a dope historical character because
Yeah.
he was a philosopher. He wrote a lot of stuff, and a lot of people still live by the stuff he wrote.
Yep.
So he is an amazing character, but this movie did not make good on the character.
Yeah. No, I bet I could have told you that. It looks terrible. More on Samurais next week.
But yeah, more on Samurais next week. On dope ass Samurais next week.
Dope ass Samurais next week. And pirates, potentially.
Yeah.
Pirates and Samurais next week.
Yeah, potentially pirates. But this, I mean, I had fun. It was not a waste of my time. I wanted to see it.
Have fun.
I saw it. I had a lot of fun, dude. Oh my god.
God damn it.
I don't want to watch it again, never in my life. But I had fun.
You're such
I
a
laughed.
fucking
I
movie
did laugh.
masochist, boy. You like to punish yourself for some reason.
Yes.
Yes.
There is.
What are you thinking? I'm telling you.
is-
Yes. Yes.
No. Shut up.
Okay.
Yes. No. Okay. Let's go. So send us off, bro.
Okay. Let's close it out with a very good movie. Actually, with something that was very dope. Something that is very, very good. Something that is worth watching. Something you can actually find and understand. Shot very professionally with actually pretty good actors. It's on Netflix. It's called I Care a Lot. I remember watching this trailer and not thinking much of it. I was like, whatever. I didn't even put it on the damn show. So it's about a crooked legal guardian who drains the savings of her elderly wards, meets her match when a woman she tries to swindle turns out to be more than she first appears. So this stars Rosamund Pike. I don't know where you've seen her before.
Yes, I have.
Gone Girl,
There's
Die
a lot
Another
of stuff.
Day, Pride and Prejudice, Jack Reacher. She's been running around there. Peter
Clash of
Dinklage,
the Titans or Wrath of the Titans?
I believe so. Asa Gonzalez, mija. Diane Weiss.
Oh shit! Neta?
Yeah. Diane Weiss. She's an older actress we've seen before. Chris Messina, we've seen him as well. That's about it because I'm not gonna sit here and read the whole thing. So basically what this lady does is that she finds elderly people, right? And then she's like in cahoots with the doctors, and the doctors are like, this person is too old. She can't fend for themselves. They go to the jury. They go to a judge that assigns them a caretaker. That is this lady. And so this lady becomes the legal guardian of these people. And she always puts them in a home because she says that they're crazy. And then the doctors are in cahoots. So it's all paperwork. and she starts to sell their shit, and she pays herself and basically steals people's shit, right? So she's a bad person. She is terrible. She is fucking evil. Where shit goes haywire is that she does this, or tries to do this, to the Diane West character, Jennifer Peterson, and she finds out that she's not really Jennifer Peterson. She's in with other people, aka Peter Dinklage, and it starts to get messy and nasty and dope. So I sympathize with the very first scene in the movie, with this guy trying to break into the hospital, and he's being pulled out because this lady has said that guy can't literally go see his mom. So it's just terrible legal shit. It's horrible. And like, you know, in Mexico, we don't put all our old folks in homes. You know, we bring them into their houses, and I have a very soft spot for like our old people. Shout outs to Grandma Jane. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but imagine you're old as fuck and you don't have anybody, and this lady just shows up to your house and is like, all right, we're gonna put your ass in a home, and they put your ass in a home, and that's it, and you start all meds up, and it's just terrible, right? But Peter Dinklage's character is also terrible. So there's no good guys. There isn't any good guys. So this movie,
where do you hold on? Who do you hold on to?
You just want to see this bitch burn. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see this bitch fucking burn. I'm like, fuck you, lady. You're not gonna take it, because I keep seeing my poor little grandma in the victims. So I'm like, you're not gonna take my Grandma Jane from me, you stupid fucking cunt. Fuck you, you know. And she just does it. You're just trying to see if she ever gets hers during the movie. But then it starts like that, like some really legal shady shit, and then there's a twist, and it turns into like a vengeance movie, and there's some action to it. So that was like that part was weird, and then the movie had me the whole time. Like, I was pissed at the end of the movie. I was pissed, but then stuff happens and I'm like, oh fuck, okay, movie, I got you, movie, because I wasn't sure how it was gonna end. I wasn't sure how this movie was gonna end at all. I was because there's no good guy. Like you said, there's nothing you grab onto. You don't know who to root for. What the fuck do I do? You know? But Rosamund Pike, she's my MVP. She knocked it out of the park. Just the way she could throw a look of pure evil. You know? The very beginning of the movie, she wins a court case with this guy that was trying to sue her, being like, hey, she just grabbed my grandma and put her in a home, and who is she? I can take care of her. And it's like, no, you can't, because you assaulted and whatever. And when she wins that case, there's this fucking evil smirk on her face. I just wanted to fucking physically attack her. But because she evoked that emotion from me, I'm like, kudos, bitch. Good fucking job. Like, good on you, because she evoked that fucking evilness and hatred from me. I was like, fuck you, bitch. I kept saying, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I was glued to the screen the whole time.
So she was like, you felt like she was like Joffrey from Game of Thrones, so good of an actor.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, fuck you, lady, fuck you. I was just like rooting. And then Peter Dinklage isn't great either, you know. He's a bad guy. He is a bad guy. Like, he traffics young girls. But I was rooting for Peter Dinklage to fuck her up, and they just go back and forth, and it's the less you know about this movie, the better. I recommend it definitely. I was glued the whole time. It is like an older theme, like it's an older thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have grandparents that are still with you, and you're like, you taking care of them and all that hits the spot a little bit more. It's funny, but at sometimes, and then it's
hold up, funny.
Yeah, there's funny moments too as well. Like, Peter Dinklage's deal is like he eats donuts. It's just weird. It's a weird ass movie. The way I like I said, I saw the trailer, didn't think nothing of it, but I start to see a lot of people recommending it. Joe Rogan post about it. Tom Segura, like everybody was posting. My cousin was also recommending it. So I was like, all right,
what fucking movie is this? You got me peaked.
Yeah, if out of anything that I recommended, please at least go watch I Care Alot. I liked it. I Care Alot. I liked it a lot. It was good. I was glued in. It was 2 hours. It felt pretty quick. The third act, I wasn't super stoked. That's how it ended. But again, not knowing where it was going, I was interested. I was piqued. I wanted to cut this bitch. It was great. It's fantastic. It's great. I Care a Lot. It's on Netflix. Go give that shit a watch. Good cast, good acting, good looks, everything. Asa Gonzalez is her love interest, so there's some lesbiano action going around there. Fantastic.
Wow.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Well, good sir.
Fantastic.
You just sold it.
Go watch that shit. You could also leave a comment down below with the guys you guys been watching, and we'll shout you out. Out of everything we watched, what are you going to watch? If you played anything, what you've been doing during these hard times, let us know. Also, if you like these videos, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. We also got a podcast we put out every Sunday right here on the same channel. Go give that some love as well. Me and Felix talk about cancel culture, and we get fucking pissed for 30 minutes amongst other things. It's a very good time. We're trying to build a little ecosystem of geekness here, and yeah, go give that some love. Review. Hold on, you guys know what to do. Please, greatly appreciate it. Anything you want to say to the beautiful people, Felix?
Give us some love and live your life.
And eat ass. That's your line now. Eat ass.
I was trying not to say it again.
No, yeah.
But yeah, fuck it. Eat that ass like it was the last day you were in this world. God damn.
You're the eat ass guy now. Yeah. Bubbles is the pop guy, and you gotta eat ass.
Oh, you do it. Enjoy that ass.
Yeah. Go do that. Go watch Dave Chappelle Show, and I Care a Lot. That's the only thing I recommend, really.
Okay.
Everything else is dope. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Skip on anything Felix says. I wasn't very.
Not the point.
I wasn't very into you.
Bye. Fuck you. You keep your time.
I couldn't. Think the speeches, my ugly ass movies.